Welcome to Purple Advert Gaming. Today we're going to have an unboxing video of Frosthaven. Just arrived here in the UK, for me anyway, and I know lots of people have been waiting. I'm going to first put up the box that it came in, just to show you. So you'll notice this is light because it's not in there anymore, but this is the box it came in. I've already opened it, and to be honest it took me a little while. Because it's quite a snug fit. So it came in this box with the top cover, and then it was in there, and to be honest it took two of us to get it out. We did make it in one piece because it had this extra bit of protection around it as well. So this bit, we actually took that bit out first, so if you are unboxing it, it might be an idea to take that out first, and then you can actually get into the sides of it and take it out. So but it's out of that box. It's not the main bit of the unboxing video, and it's in, bear with me, it is quite heavy, and it's in this box. There we go. I'm not sure what they said the weight was, but yeah, it's quite heavy. I can lift it on my own, but I won't want to carry it for very long. Now, I haven't touched this box at all. But on the sides, I'm not sure how well you can see on the camera, at the bottom of each there is some sellotape just holding that on. Now I'm not one of these people that gets too concerned about picking sellotape off or whatever. And I probably should have done this earlier, because as you can see I'm struggling slightly to get a grip on it. What I'm actually going to do is just cut it, and that way there's no risk of damaging the box by ripping it, and equally should have a nice cut there. So that will mean that these bits of sellotape are going to be on there permanently, but at least the box will be intact and won't be ripped. So I'm going to do that very carefully, as you can see. There we go. And while I'm doing this, you can see the other sides of the box as well, albeit some of it upside down, but at least then you can see it, and the illustrations that are on there. And you can probably tell from the way I'm handling it that it's quite heavy. There we go. So that's that done, and here we go. Well, this should easily lift off. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to show you how much it was sort of sealed, and come on, it's obviously a tight fit. It's quite a big box. Here we go. There we go. So the lid's off. Nope, no it is. Obviously stayed in as you could expect, and that beautiful new game smell coming through, which I know you can't see on the camera. Well, there you go. Now, I'm not going to open anything other than the box and bring out the contents of it and give a rough overview. So I'm not going to open any boxes. I'm not going to show you inside in any of the books. So other than if you don't want to see what's in here, and I should have probably said this before I took the lid off, there's not going to be any spoilers unless you definitely don't want to see anything that's in here. I've obviously shown you the first page of this slip that says "Welcome to Gloomhaven." So we've got a small pamphlet, similar to if you've played Jaws of the Lion. It's a brief overview of contents and what the box has in it. I'll pop all these on one side, like I said. I'm not gonna. Here's the rule book. It's fairly hefty. Again, just a quick flick through. Nobody's going to see anything necessarily that they don't want to see just from that flick through. But however many pages that is, so it's plenty of 83 pages. We've then got a little sealed booklet. No idea what that is in a minute. And then the section book, which again is it's held together with the ring binder rather than it being glued down the edge, and again Looks like these are all the scenarios. Those are scenarios. Sorry, that's the section book. This is the scenario book. And this is what you're going to be setting up. And again, ring binded. That's better than it being glued down there, so you can have it open. Again, I'm not showing much away. Both good quality as you'd expect. And then we have a campaign sheet. Oops, I've ripped the first one off already, but there you go. I thought seems a lot on there, a lot more. If you play Gloomhaven, there's a lot more on there than there was on Gloomhaven. There's a lot more to do, obviously. And I'll move to this side just briefly, because here's an organiser. I will show you inside this. Assuming I can get it off relatively easy. Again, I played Jaws of the Lion, so that came with an insert where you could organise your tokens and everything. The original Gloomhaven didn't, and this does. So you've got, so we had a lid for the whole thing, several different compartments in here for various things. As I said, that first sheet I think showed you what you could put in each area. How you actually organise it is up to you, but I did find the Jaws of the Lion one worked really well with what they suggested. I'm trying to get the lid off this one. It's quite a tight fit, but once I'm obviously being careful not to break anything. But maybe once you've took it off, on and off a couple of times, maybe it's there we go. Maybe it's a bit easier. And again, seems lots of places you can put things. And this does fit inside the larger tray for storage. I'm guessing from these grooves here that these are for cards. So while you're playing the game, you probably can't put this on top, but once you put the game away and its components, you can do. So that's that. We don't need the silica gel. And then here's the map of, I'm assuming, of Frosthaven. I will briefly open it, but again, not necessarily to spoil anything. I'm not going to keep it on long. Again, I can't fit it all on camera because it's bigger than the map of that we had for Gloomhaven. I'll just scroll that down. There we go. So we've got the northern coast, outpost of Frosthaven, etc. Be interesting to see what that looks like in a few months. And then we've got another small sheet. I'll quickly move that because that looks like additional rules. They're stickers. That looks like you stick in the rule book. And then these are the enhancement stickers. So if you're familiar with Gloomhaven, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this video, there's a sheet of enhancement stickers. And then the campaign stickers, the different bits of the map that we're going to change. And again, I'm not going to hold these up for any length of time. But you can see there's various amendments to the map there. And then I've no idea what this is. It's, yeah, you can see that in the light. It's got a mushroom on it, and then the other side it mentions 2 herbs and 3 herbs. Yeah, interesting. No idea. But like I said, I don't plan on spoiling this for anybody, so you know, you keep shutting your eyes because you don't want to see anything. This is I think this is the part of the board for linking the scenarios together that year. Because part of the problem with Gloomhaven was that if you knew which scenario you needed to get to, you didn't know how to get there. Now some might say that that's a good thing. We struggled at times and needed some help, and this is an addition made, I believe, to help you. I'm going to get them all out and out of the way. So like I say, if you don't want to see these, you don't have to, but that's basically what they are. They tell you how the scenarios link together. They're like little windows, like on an advent calendar. I'll just bring it back briefly, I don't know if you can see, but I'm not quite sure why that is. We'll find out at a later date. And then it looks like we've got lots of bits of card and punch board to, for these are one damage and 20 damage, and then some room tiles and things. I'm going to take these out not one at a time. I'm going to take them out in groups, as many as I can. I don't know if you can quite see from the camera down here. It's handy that they've done that so you can get your finger down to get them out of the box, but I'm going to take them out in chunks. So as I'm taking them out, you'll see certain elements. I'm not taking them out one at a time. I'm not quite sure how many there are. It's numbered. That says one front on it. So as we take them out, we'll see where we are. So there we go. So I've taken out. So this is number 7. With some extra things on it. Some things that look familiar from Gloomhaven, and some icons that don't. I don't know what that icon is. We'll find out when we play. So let's take that some more. And then we've got an interesting point that these look like the initiative markers for the different enemies, which were introduced in Jaws of the Lion, but not in Gloomhaven originally. When we played Gloomhaven, we made our own of these, so I'm quite pleased to see them in. It keeps track, and I know a lot of people use the app. We don't, so they're quite handy. So that we're taking out now. So taking out 18, and we're still going. More enemies to see. Again, good quality as you'd expect. Probably, I'd say they feel a little bit thicker than Gloomhaven, to be honest. But anyway, so we're up to 23. Again, some enemies I recognise, some I don't. And what I'll do, if I just reveal what's under there, so there's 27 of these in total to take out and push out. I'm not going to bore you by doing all of that. There you go. That's something we need to do later. We get it organised, and then we're to the bottom of the box with a very similar organisation to what Gloomhaven had. Sorry. In the fact that all the took boxes are here with the different icons, and then you've got different areas for cards. But again, the organisation is generally up to you how you want to do it. So these are organised. You can see. I hope you can see anyway that these sets of cards are divided by a divider, and so with these ones, I'm not going to spoil by showing you any of the cards, but so these are obviously. I'm not showing you what's on the card, but they're the attack modifier deck for somebody. And there's various cards in there. I mentioned the tuck boxes. There's a big chunk of cards here in one big section that I'm not going to embarrass myself. Oh yeah, I can get them out. Ah, and I can see straight away they are that's the monster abilities deck. That's what they call it. I can't remember. That's all one big chunk, so they'll need split.